Hello, I am in the kitchen. I want to do some dishes. Of course, there are a lot of dishes that are dirty here, so I want to do them. And as I do them, I want us to, of course, have a chat about average Christianity. Sorry if there's a bit of noise. Yeah, I'm just wondering how most of us are nowadays comfortable in just being an average Christian while we seek for promotion in our workplaces. We aim higher on our studies. We want to do the best and be those the best. But when it comes to Christianity, we're just content with being average. So yeah, I just wanted to look at something. Is this what God is calling us to? Just being an average Christian? Yeah, is it worth it? Of course, nah. And I believe we live in a time when mediocrity is no longer mourned. It's not something that is mourned for, it is celebrated. Just being content with your average Christianity is something that actually is celebrated. And the average Christian is not alarmed that they're only average. They are actually proud of it. Yeah, and we have created a culture in the church. We are going deeper with God, pursuing holiness, praying longer, weeping over sin, dressing modestly, eating healthy, just walking in total obedience is seen as extreme. I mean, yeah. And when someone dress in a way, we term them as extremists, old fashioned. And when someone dares to rise higher, when someone begins to pray earnestly, fast frequently, study their Bible with tears, evangelize with urgency, or live in self-denial, others begin to mock and even to murmur. When the words of Paul in Philippians chapter 3 verse 14, they ring in contrast totally. It says, I press toward the mark for the prize of the high calling of God in Christ Jesus. He didn't say, I sit comfortably in the pews of the church. He said, I press. There was a pursuit, a holy discontent with spiritual average. And friend, heaven's standard is not average. God has never called us to be lukewarm, passive, or even average. The standard has always been holiness, righteousness, purity, courage, humility, faith. In Leviticus 11:44, God says, Be ye holy, for I am holy. Matthew 5 45 or 48, Christ says, Be ye therefore perfect, even as your Father which is in heaven is perfect. And so, friends, even as I do my dishes, this thing just rang in my mind, and it's quite a thing that has been in my mind. And Revelation 3:16 tells us of Christ's attitude towards lukewarm Christians. He says, Because thou art lukewarm and neither cold nor hot, I will spew thee out of my mouth. Hmm? And do we think that mediocrity is acceptable to a God who gave his only son? Shall we respond to Calvary with half-hearted devotion? Do you mind? It's raining. And Ellen White writes in Education, higher than the highest human thought can reach is God's ideal for his children. No, 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 no. And today's Christian culture criticizes the devout. A fasting believer is actually told, you are too deep. A modest woman is too conservative. A prayerful youth is just doing too much. Yeah, and I'm just calling you, if you choose to rise, prepare to be alone, my friends. Jesus was crucified, Daniel was thrown into a lion's den. And if you choose holiness over comfort, you too may walk a lonely path. But Christ walks with those on the narrow roads. Matthew 7:14 says, Straight is the gate, and few there be that find it. And yeah, don't be afraid to walk that path alone. Christ promises to walk that path with you. And so, if you want to rise higher, God is calling us to a higher standard. Stop excusing spiritual laziness. stop mocking the remnant, those who want to live for God, those who want to rise to holiness. You are actually not saved to survive, you are saved to overcome. Revelation 3:21 tells us, to him that overcometh will I grant to sit with me in, on my throne. So yeah, Christ has not called us to an average Christianity. Let not be just content with just being average Christians. Yeah, I cannot wash my dishes.